Bro.
Okay, got both of us. What's up? It's your girl, LA The Life, and this is LA The Life Culture Podcast. And today I have a special guest with me. She is doing her thing on TikTok. She's had several viral videos, and we even collabed together and had some viral videos. So what I've learned is I usually say I don't feel like she need an introductory, but everybody does deserve an introductory. I learned that.
You don't feel like I deserve an introductory.
Because you already know. So, but everybody, like, because I had DC come through and he said, people still trying to get, so you do deserve an introductory. Without further ado, who do we have here with me?
Jolly Dreamz.
Jolly Dreamz is in the building.
Jolly.
Jolly. All right, so look, we're going to be doing things a little bit different. So for new faces that are new to this channel, if y'all don't already know, Jolly Dreamz is really my daughter. So, of course, I had to bring the film to the podcast. It wouldn't be right.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, let us know about where you from, first of all.
Okay, guys. So, the real tea is, the real tea is, I am originally from Indianapolis, Indiana. But I really don't know nothing about that state. I was raised in Chicago and Atlanta, so I really don't identify with Indiana.
You was more so raised in Atlanta.
But I say I'm from Chicago because, yeah, I just feel like that's where my roots is.
She spent 2 weeks in the West Side. I'm just playing.
That's a lie. I'm just playing. That's a lie. But big Chirac, yeah. on the West Side with my cousins every day. Yeah, West Side and South Side. I don't care what nobody say. I'm from Chicago. Yeah.
But we live on the north.
I'm from Chicago and Atlanta.
We lived in the Naperville area. We lived in Wheaton. If y'all don't know what that is,
you telling too much business.
Don't find out where it is.
You telling too much business.
So anyway, so you from Indianapolis, Indiana, but you was raised.
But yeah, something like that.
You was born.
Yeah, I was born there. Like, you know how you can be like Beyonce's daughter was born in the UK, but she not from there.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Okay, so let's go deep. Mm-hmm. Were you raised in a single parent home or was it two parents?
It was a single parent home.
Okay, who raised you?
My mother was my mother and my dad, so.
Your mother and dad?
Yeah, my mother was my mother and my dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you the only child?
No. I have like 6 siblings. Well, biologically, I have 2 siblings on my mama's side, but my mama adopted her nieces and nephews, so I call them my sisters and brother. And I still count it as 6 because even though my brother not here, like, he's still here, like.
Oh, so you lost your brother?
Yeah, I lost my brother.
Okay, let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. So let's first, how do you feel? Because you said your mom adopted her nieces and nephew. Why did she have to adopt them?
Because she had to step up, like, as a sister. Nobody else was going to do the job how she was going to do the job.
Why? What was the reason of the kids needing to be adopted?
Oh, both of her sisters passed away.
What happened?
My auntie Sparkles got murdered, domestic violence, and my other auntie, I don't remember her name. Yashika. They said she passed away when she was giving birth or something. No,
it was a meningitis infection.
Oh, meningitis.
Is what they said, but we really don't know. We don't have her remains either.
I don't have too much knowledge on that.
So
I was there when my auntie passed away. Like, I was at the scene. I seen everything.
Were you close to your auntie?
Yes, I was real close to my auntie. She the one that put me onto hot chips. No. Hot sauce and potato chips.
Lay's potato chips with hot sauce and pickles.
Yeah.
Put the hot sauce on the pickle, yeah. That girl used to tear that up. And she had me on it too.
Yeah.
And what other memories do you have of your aunt?
Okay, this is really crazy, but it's kind of funny but not funny. One time, my mama had to pull up. My mama had to pull up because I guess my auntie was getting into it with some girl that was in her neighborhood, in her apartment complex. And we pulled up to the scene, and my auntie was like she was, like, it seemed like she was murdering that girl, like.
With her hands.
With her hands, y'all. No weapons. Like, my auntie was a real fighter.
She should have been a boxer. Her hands was illegal.
Yeah, my auntie was a real fighter. Like, it was blood everywhere. Like, it was blood all on her shirt. She had to go to the hospital right after she did that because she had a asthma attack or something like that. Yeah. And
she beat her to almost the life of her, but she bit that girl bad.
I remember we went to my auntie house, and that's when they called the ambulance, and she had to get in the back of the ambulance. And I was just like, dang. Like, when she got in the car, I was like, Auntie, are you okay?
And I said, I asked her, I said, why did you beat that girl up like that? She was like, because you told me if I lost that you was going to beat my A. And I was like, girl, I wasn't going to do you like that. You killed that girl almost. Mm-mm. And my sister was an adult at the time. She was like 20 years old. Yeah. So, and we were 6. I was like 26 at the time. But yeah, so what else memories, good memories do you have of your aunt?
We used to play fight, you know. What else?
Were y'all close?
We were close. I was so young, so I don't remember everything. But like,
you just remember some stuff?
I just remember like being happy when I was with my auntie because I was only like 4 years old.
Yeah, because she used to keep y'all.
Yeah, I remember her braiding our hair. Me and my sister hair, it would be tight. Feel like somebody stabbing you in the head.
For real. She used to stay with us. One thing I'm gonna say about my sister, and she's my youngest sister, is when she stayed with me, because our mother went to prison when I was a teen and she was a kid. So I had to end up eventually getting my sister later on. And I ended up getting her. She was in a group home. I got her at the group home. She thought because we were sisters. Now she was 16. I was about, 22? Yeah, I was like 22, but I was 23. Mm. I had 2 kids, and she thought because we were sisters, she can party, skip school. And I'm like, no, I had to tighten her up like I was her mom. So long story short, one thing I do remember about her, when she started like getting out, going to school, working and stuff, I had a job. I had to be at the job before the daycare opened. And my job told me I couldn't be late no more. So my sister would have me drop her off like a block before the daycare, and she would walk my kids to daycare in rain, snow, whatever it was, she was doing it. And I'm so serious. It was rain and snow. So I definitely appreciate her. I remember that she did that for the sacrifice. She seen the sacrifice I was making to work to provide for our family. So she was like, I got to pick up where I can't work right now, but I can't help her with this. So I remember
that's a good memory. I just thought, okay, so remember when she was staying with us, Jaden and her was staying with us for a little while? Mm-hmm. And okay, so me and Zariah shared a room, y'all. And Zariah's my sister. So me and Zariah was sharing a room, and I think it was nighttime. And she came in our room with a sheet on, acting like a ghost. It was scary. It was so scary. She was playing some sound on, like, you know, them her old phone? School phones. It was an old school phone back then, but she was still
able, was Boost Mobile.
Yeah, she was still able to play that scary sound. It was so scary, y'all. Like, I was scared out my butt. Like, that's a funny memory. I can't explain how funny it is, like, for real, but in that moment, I was so scared. Me and Zariah was so scared. We was hiding under the sheets. And then she came in. She was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? She was trying to act like she didn't know what was going on. And then she would leave out and then come back in as a ghost. It was so funny.
Wow. So funny. Okay, so let's go back to the day you said you was at the murder scene. Mm-hmm. How old were you and what were you thinking? Did you understand what was going on?
So I was 4 years old. And I just remember we were in the car, and I believe my mom had got a phone call from, I think, her best friend, LaToya.
No, it was Grandma Miller.
It was Grandma Miller. Okay, it was Grandma Miller. And she had said, I don't remember what she said, but all I remember is my mama started driving fast and like she was panicking. And then she called her best friend and she was like, Sparkles is there, or Sparkles got shot. So it was something like that. And then at the moment, I didn't really like understand what was going on. I was kind of confused, but when we got to the murder scene and I heard the words dead, and then I seen my auntie like being carried out in a body bag, that's when it hit like, oh, this is real. Like, my auntie really just passed away. And then another thing that made me realize like it was real is when I seen my brother. Well, yeah, my brother. I call him my brother. I don't care. We cousins, but to me, that's my brother. So when I seen him coming out, he just looked so traumatized and like, he just didn't look like sane. Like, he wasn't, like, aware of... Like, he was aware, but he just didn't look like himself.
He didn't know. He was only 3.
Yeah, he looked traumatized. No, he was 2. He was 2.
It was his... he was 3 when I got him. Well, so that means you was 6. No, actually, you was 5 because your birthday didn't come. She passed away a couple of days after his birthday. Well, she was taken away from us a couple of days after his birthday.
Yeah. Well, I remember that. That's how I knew it was real when I seen her coming out in a body bag, and then they was putting my brother in the back of the police car, and he just looked so like scared, like, you know. And then my mama was crying. It's just a lot. I actually made an essay on this for my
for college.
It's explained better in my essay, but yeah, I don't really.
You didn't make a book too.
This not my thing, y'all. Talking like it's not my thing, so I'm trying to
Girl,
catch all my words.
That's why you supposed to just be relaxed. You're talking to your mom, even though I'm interviewing you.
Yeah.
All right. So after that, your mom had to get your auntie's kids. Mm-hmm. How did you feel about more kids coming to town home? Because at the time it was just you and your older sister, right? Mm-hmm. So how did you feel about your mom getting more kids? Did you understand?
I feel like it didn't really like hit for real until you had to adopt another kid. Cause like I already was basically growing up with my brother. Like we already was growing up.
So your brothers who your Aunt Sparkle's kids. So you already knew them.
Yeah, I already knew them. So it was like,
but you didn't know the third.
It already felt like my sibling. So it really didn't feel like nothing to me. But then when you had to adopt another kid, it was just like, oh.
Who was the other kid though?
It didn't really hit until you had to adopt Yashika's daughter. That's when I was like, oh, we got somebody else like coming in our household, and now I gotta get to know this person, and yeah, it didn't really hit.
So you never got to meet your Aunt Yashika?
No, I never met her.
And it was your first time meeting her daughter, which was your cousin.
Yeah.
That will later become your sister because I adopt them.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did that make you feel that your family, you had to share your mom with?
Okay. So I was like I was supposed to be the last kid, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Mm. So I was the last kid, so now I'm not the last kid. It's like I gotta share y'all with my parent.
And you only got one parent.
Yeah, and it's like I thought I was gonna be the last. And then not too long after you adopted Jewel, you had Aaliyah. So it was like, dang, all these kids in the family now. What's going on?
Well, how did you feel about having a biological baby sister?
Oh, I don't know. It was already kids in the house, so it was just like,
oh, another kid.
It's another kid. Like, dang, another kid.
I thought you was excited.
But I wasn't.
To be a big sister.
It's not that I wasn't excited. But it's just like, dang. I thought it was just gonna be me and Zariah for the longest, you know.
I did too. I didn't know. Hey, God gave me this life. I didn't know this was gonna happen.
But don't get me wrong. Like having siblings is a blessing. I love my siblings down. Like
even if they get on your nerves.
Even though it was chaotic, and even though they get on my nerves sometimes.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Like, I still like love my siblings down. Like I will go to war about them. Like honestly, I'm not gonna lie. If it was just me and Zariah, life would probably be more. Like your siblings add that funk to your life that you need, you know?
Right.
So it's just like, yes, everything was chaotic, but I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have siblings.
Now, where was your dad?
My dad was in and out of jail most of my life.
Jail or prison?
Prison. Me and my dad have a complicated relationship.
Y'all didn't used to though.
But we didn't used to be a daddy's girl. I used to be a daddy's girl, but as I grew up, I started to see his true colors, and it was just like, yeah, like.
Okay,
like
you said you seen your true colors. So did your mom used to ever like bash your dad, tell you like, oh, he ain't no good,
that's the crazy thing.
Anything like that?
That's the crazy thing, y'all. Like, me and my dad, like, we have a complicated relationship, and he tries to like paint my mom out to be like this bad person, but my mama has never like spoke down about this man. Like, if anything, when we would go through something, she would just be like, that's your dad, you gotta understand that he's just now living too. He got problems, like not problems, but like I don't know how to explain it.
He got some mental issues.
I'm trying to keep it like, you know,
we keeping it real.
I'm trying to keep it toned down, but like he got mental issues, y'all. Like she's just like, you gotta learn to forgive and, you know, understand him. And stuff like that.
And this is stuff I'm telling her as an adult.
Yeah.
Because they like trying to figure like, what's wrong with him? What's going on? So I never was that parent like, oh, your dad is this, your dad is that.
My mama never bashed my dad like, oh, your dad don't do... Like, you know, baby mamas, how baby mamas be, oh, yeah, your daddy not seeing you because he don't want to do this. Or, oh, you act just like your dad. Or, I don't know how to explain it. Like, no, like, hold on. I'm trying to see a phrase that baby mamas be doing. I don't know. But baby mamas be like, they be hating their baby father so much that they'll
try to use the kids for
put
revenge.
it in their kids' head to like hate your daddy because I hate your daddy. My mama ain't never been that type of female. Like, my mama was just a real woman. Like, she never involved me in anything. My mama never involved me in anything my dad and her had going on. Like, whatever they had going on, that was between them. Like, so if I feel it, the reason I feel it, I can't even speak. The reason why I feel the way I feel about my dad has nothing to do with my mama. It's all because of the stuff I've seen him do. Like, I've grown up and I've seen his true, like, colors. And that's why I have learned that I have to, like, he's the type of person that I have to love from a distance. Like, I love my daddy down. I will always love him. Always care for him, but he just not somebody I can have in my presence, like in my circle. Like,
yeah, his energy is high.
He's not gonna be a changed man. Like, I don't want to say he's not gonna be a changed man,
because God can change anybody. Yeah, he can. But it's gonna take God to change him.
Yeah, like.
All right, we about to move on. I just want to say you look really pretty. I like your hairstyle, and you actually look like me today.
I do not look like
yes, you. Do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. I see it. Your face, the cheekbones. Yeah.
I don't look like you.
You got my cheekbones.
Now I look like you. I look like you.
Today you do.
People be saying that, but I don't see it. I look like my dad.
I see it today. You look like your dad. But people used to say me and him looked alike. So.
I don't see how.
Because we both got big eyes.
Nah.
That's why. But, okay, so, growing up with those kids, okay. How do you think... Okay, so you said you had mentioned that your brother is no longer with you. What happened?
I hate talking about this. Okay. That's going to make me cry.
Don't cry. Okay, never mind. Let's go to something else. How did you feel when he passed away? That don't make you cry, do it? Okay, never mind. We're going to do something else.
No, I can't talk about it. I got to catch my tears.
Y'all was close?
Okay,
we're not gonna talk about it. We're not talking about it. Let's talk about something else.
Oh,
okay,
I got lashes on.
You're about to graduate.
Hold on, no, I want to talk about it.
Nah, we'll talk about that another time.
No.
Cause I don't really got that much time.
Okay, I can pull myself together. Okay. Okay, so me and my brother, we was close, like, bro, we was all close, like, we were siblings. So him passing away, it just felt like, because like I said, when my mama got the kids, like, okay, it was chaotic. It's like, oh, dang, another sibling. But then again, it's like, without those siblings, when he passed away, without them, it was like, well, without him, it was like, dang, it felt like a missing piece to our puzzle, like. Because, like, it wouldn't be the same. And then, not to mention, I was the one that found my brother. So it just took, like, it took a big hole on me, like.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Janai. Ooh, I'm sorry. We talk about something else. We talk about this another time. I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yes, I forgot you were the one that found him. So that did affect you more.
But we was close. And without him, it's like, I don't know how to put it into words, but I just know that I miss my brother. And even though he's gone, he's always going to be here with us. That's like...
How did you feel when it brought, like, when family members were saying, like, all kind of weird stuff? It was, like, chaos going on with the family when he passed away.
I feel like, I don't know, it was just weird.
Did you know that they were saying stuff then?
Yeah, it was weird. Like,
oh, okay.
You know, a lot of times when, like, a family member passes away, it's always somebody, like, somebody in the family trying to blame
whoever's the closest.
The closest person. They try to for their death, and I just feel like that's real weird because, like, you don't know what them people is going through. You don't know the truth, and for you to put that on somebody,
and you was a child yourself at the time that it happened, so nobody was like had no type of remorse or kind of.
For you to put that on somebody and they already going through some crazy stuff, and not to mention, like you said, we kids. It's just like that's weird. Like, yeah, that's our brother. Like,
okay, so after he passed away,
and I also feel like people like that, they always try to find the closest person to blame because they feel guilty in a way, like, because you wasn't around my brother, y'all wasn't in his life, so I don't know, y'all just it's like it comes from a guilty conscience. Yeah, when people do people wrong when they live in and they pass away. It takes more of a toll on them. So,
okay, so look, so when after your brother passed away, what happened? Did y'all stay? Where was y'all living in?
We was living in Atlanta.
Okay, so did y'all continue to stay in Atlanta once he passed away?
After he passed away, we did not stay in Atlanta. That's when we moved to Chicago. Okay. And we moved to Chicago for family. Just for like support. I know my mama wanted to do a fresh start. We all needed a fresh start. It was something that we all needed.
Yeah, because he had passed away in the house.
Yeah, he passed away in our house. So it was like, the house wasn't the same no more. Like,
it wasn't.
It felt...
I was having vivid dreams of him telling me like what happened to him. It was just crazy.
Yeah, it was just like, it wasn't the same. And it was just like his spirit was still lingering in the house. So it was kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie. We couldn't sleep in our rooms by ourselves for a long time. We were sleeping in my mama's room for a long time.
See, nobody know that.
Yeah,
nobody know that y'all was sleep. We was all sleeping in the same room because none of us could sleep by ourselves.
Yeah, we was all traumatized. Like,
yeah,
that was something like so traumatizing, bro. And yeah, it was just like, dang. So since it wasn't the same no more, we had to leave. And then I remember I had a dream of him. Right after he passed, and I was walking down the stairs, and my mama had this Monroe room. It was like kind of like a living room. I was walking down the stairs, and he was sitting on the couch, and he was sitting on the couch, and I was like, Jaden? And he was just staring, like he wasn't saying nothing. And then I walked down the stairs, and then somehow he got by the door, and he just started crying, and I just started hugging him. We was just crying together.
Dang. Oh my God. That's the second. You never told me about that one. Then you had another dream.
And then he disappeared. And
it was a dream or was it real?
It was a dream.
Oh, okay.
And then another time I had a dream of him. I was at my mom's friend house. We was all there. And I was asleep. Had a dream of him. And he had came to me. It was weird. He hugged all of us. And he came and he hugged all of us. And then it was like he just lifted up into the sky with like, it was like lights, like he was going into heaven. And I think that was the last dream I had about him. I ain't had a dream about him in a long time.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, so how did y'all get back to Atlanta? Y'all had moved, y'all lived in Chicago. How was Chicago?
Okay, the area, I ain't like the area that we lived in because it was kind of racist.
Kind of.
Well, not kind of. It was real racist. But
and just because she light skinned, they did not discriminate. They see that she's black, so she got like race. It was a lot of racism.
Don't get me wrong,
all
Chicago, the state alone, that's a cool.
Yeah, but we lived in a suburb. Illinois is a cool state, but we didn't live in Chicago. We actually lived in a suburb, which was like 45 minutes to an hour away from the city. Mm-hmm. So we would have to drive from our area to go to the city to have fun. That's where all the fun was at. Or my dad, he lived on the west side. So we would go to his a semi-suburb, but it's not really a suburb. But we would go to his house and visit other people.
So I didn't like the city that we lived in. But baby, when I went to Chicago with my cousins, my uncles, and my grandpa, I had a time last night.
Okay,
I had a time. Yeah. And I'm actually like, okay, I'm grateful that we moved to Chicago because me and Maya, we always been close. Like, that's always been my favorite cousin. Mm. But I feel like when we moved to Chicago, that's what made, like, our bond stronger. Like, that's my girl. I love her so much. If you're watching this, cousin, I love you so much. She be checking in on me and all that. Like, I really love that girl. So I'm grateful that we moved to Chicago because,
Okay, so
I got to have a close relationship.
Y'all ended up moving away. Was it because of the neighborhood?
It was because of the neighborhood, but then in a way... Should I say that?
Yeah, say it. We keeping it real.
Okay, so it was because of the neighborhood, but then it was also like... My mom didn't feel like she had the support that she needed. Because we moved out there for family, but it was just like... Yeah, my mom just didn't feel like...
Even to the day we moved.
Yeah, and we moved.
We moved ourselves, and then it was this white British guy. They seen us moving, and he got out of his car, and he helped us, and he wanted to stay. He said he felt so bad, but he had to work. He had like a corporate job.
Yeah, we was moving stuff in the snow.
Yeah, we was moving stuff in the snow. That was just the crazy
every time.
But we were happy to get back to Georgia. We was going back to Atlanta. It was a fresh start. Had got a new house. It was in the same area, but not the same neighborhood as the house where Jaden had passed away at. And so life was looking better. And then we started having a lot of great things happen to us. Like I've always been a person, whenever I come to Atlanta, I just get active and out. Yeah. And so baby, I was getting this everything: movies, acting, skits,
that house social was media. So nice and big.
Yes, and cheap. I wish I would have stayed there.
Yes, that house was so nice. Like,
yeah, so
I love that house.
So I started getting in social media, and then we moved away again because I came a truck driver. Okay, I'm trying to see how we're gonna do. Okay, so when did you start like going crazy on social media? And what platform?
I would say it was actually in the house. So it was probably like 2019. First started using social media. It was on TikTok. And then I had my first viral video. It was about some stupid stuff.
What was the stupid stuff?
It was about a boy. Well, it wasn't.
No. What's the name?
I had a couple videos that was viral before then, but my first viral video was about a boy, and it was to a sound of Beyonce, and I was like, always got them freaking excuses, and then that went viral, and then
what's your highest number?
A couple months later, I had another video that went viral. I was just literally, my face was just in the camera. I wasn't even doing nothing. And it got over 2 million views.
Wow, girl! Who told you about this? I told you. I was like, pretty young faces, they go viral.
Yeah, and that's literally every time I go viral. I feel like every time I go viral, it's just because, not just because I do have personality, but because I have a pretty face, it gets me a long way. So, yeah.
Okay, what other opportunities have it gave you? Look at me, I'm gonna mother like. What other opportunities have it gave you?
I had a wig deal. I had one of those, and then I'd be having like these lashes I got on. Companies be sending me lashes.
So affiliate marketing.
Yeah, affiliate marketing.
So you got furniture too, then you got covers, all kind of stuff.
My room is literally everything that's in my room. It comes from TikTok shop.
And so how does that work? They send you out the product, then what?
I post a video to it, a promotional video, and then when people order from my video, I get paid from that.
A commission.
Yeah.
And you get paid weekly.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you think you would continue being a content creator?
I want to continue to be a content creator, but I feel like it's going to have to be something more than that. So I do have a clothing brand, The World of Soul Ties. I have not.
You should have brung it.
I should have. I haven't even. That's the crazy thing.
I'm gonna bring it next time.
I haven't even opened my package. I'm scared for some reason. I don't know why I don't want to open my package.
That's problem. That's scared money.
But I feel like when New Year's come, I'm gonna open my package up and record myself because
I'm
gonna be coming into a new year with my clothing brand, stuff like that. Like I feel like, yeah, that's gonna all work out for me. So I want to get more into like my clothing brand, launch that. And I'm also into doing nails. I want to start doing nails. Okay. Even though I do hair. I don't feel like hair is really my passion anymore.
She's lazy.
I feel like I've grown out of doing hair. I'm tired of doing hair.
Okay.
And I just feel like because I'm such a creative person, me doing nails would be like, that would be something really good for me.
Okay, so you still in high school?
Yes, I'm still in high school. Graduating this year. I could have graduated. Well, I'm graduating in 2025. I could have graduated this month. I could have graduated last month.
Yeah, but she playing out. She want her high school experience.
I want my high school experience, y'all, because I've been doing what's it called?
Virtual.
Online school for the longest. So I feel like I haven't got a high school year experience or a high school experience. And I feel like that's something that really is important in life. Because you only go to high school one time. And a lot of people that grow up and didn't really get a high school experience, they try to live through their kids. And I don't want to be that type of parent. So, yeah, I just feel like that's going to be something really...
What you doing after high school?
I'm going to college. And I know, you gonna go to college, you can get a college experience. You don't need a high school experience. But I just both of those matter.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm gonna get a high school experience and a college experience, and I'm going to FAMU. I don't care what nobody say. Big FAMU. Yeah.
Period.
I'm gonna come back talking like a whole Florida person.
Do you know what you want to go? Do you know what you want to go to college for?
I want to study. Well, major in science. But my mama been saying I should be a lawyer because
I said engineer first.
You been
and
saying
then I said lawyer because she liked the.
You ain't start saying lawyer.
You ain't start. She liked to argue, so I sent that girl to law school.
She didn't start saying engineering until we lived in Texas. But before that, she been saying.
That's because I met somebody that was an engineer, and it had influenced me too.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
To do it.
Before she's always been saying I should be a lawyer because I like to argue, which I don't really like to argue. It's just like if you wrong, I'm gonna let you know you wrong.
She like to keep it going.
If
she
you
thinks
wrong,
she right.
then you gonna be
in
wrong.
In her mind, stuff be making sense.
It do be making sense. That's why I know if I was to be a lawyer, I would be the greatest lawyer in this whole entire country.
Okay.
Like, I'm going, and if I be a lawyer, it's gonna be an immigrant lawyer.
Oh yeah, because she's trying to help her man's family.
I'm gonna be an immigrant lawyer just in case my man family ever need me. You know. Yeah, I'll fight y'all cases for y'all.
Okay, so listen.
If his sister watching this, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we about to wrap it up. Anything else you got going on? You talked about your clothing brand. You got to launch that in January.
Yeah.
Anything else you got going on? Where can they find you on social media?
Y'all can find me on all social media platforms at Jolly Dreamz. Yeah, all of my
Dreamz is spelled with a Z or S?
JOLLYDREMZ. Yeah.
I'm going to put it on here too.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you. She going to come back. We're going to do more of these.
I'm going to be back, y'all. I'm going to be back. Like, I know y'all going to want me back, so.
Yeah, we're going to try to get that story without her crying too.
And yeah. I'm going to try to come back without crying. I really didn't get my words out how I wanted to. I can't even speak. I didn't get my words out how I wanted them to come out because I just get nervous sometimes in front of the camera. So, yeah.
All right, well, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys, it's been real. I'll see y'all next week. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Let me stop that one.